I was in my office, and I wasn't in this house at that point. I was in a different house, and I was writing papers for grad school, and my phone rings, and this lady's on the other end of the line, and she says, "Hey, Michael Bay's looking for a former SEAL, help out on this movie. Are you available tomorrow?" And I was just like, "Sure, Michael Bay, yeah, I'll do it." And then she told me to send her some pictures. I didn't have headshots, I just had regular pictures, so I sent them to her, and she was like, "Hey, you're on." And the next day I'm on set with Michael Bay and Josh Duhamel, and I'm shooting a scene for Transformers last night, and it was just supposed to be that one day, and then I got a phone call about a week and a half later from that same lady, and she said, "Hey, Bay, likes that you could take direction and your look on set and all that. Are you available to come back for 3 more weeks?" And I said, "Sure." So I did a week in Arizona, 2 weeks in Michigan, and then at the end of the second week, a PA approached me and said, "Bay wants to know if you'd like to stay on until the film wraps." And I said, "Sure." And so I ended up staying on the film until it wrapped, and did some consulting on it and acting on it, and that's where I would say my career started, in the film and TV industry, and it definitely wasn't what I was trying to do. I didn't know what I was going to do, and I ended up still finishing my master's degree during that process, but that's where I found, I guess, my next calling.
Since acting in Transformers, Remi has starred in many commercials, worked on TV shows as an actor and advisor, and acted in another upcoming Michael Bay movie. He also found he had a gift for writing, and after completing his autobiography, he decided to try his hand at writing something different.
After that, I was just like, man, I love writing. I just love storytelling, and not just from the acting side, but being able to be at the inception of the story, and that's writing. And so I was just like, you know what, I can write another book, or I could write a film. So I wrote a film. So I wrote my first film, which was a spy thriller, and that got a lot of buzz. And then I wrote another film, a historical black film, which we're shopping right now. Should hopefully get picked up in the next month or so. And that just started building. So now I write films, I consult on films and TV shows and commercials, and I do act. But I would label myself more of a writer than anything at this point.
Remi credits much of his success in the entertainment industry to the hard lessons he learned from his time in the Navy.
Yeah, serving was huge for me. I mean, it changed my life. And being a part of the Navy, and the SEAL teams as well, is a huge part of my life, and it's something that no one could ever take away from me. Having been able to wear the uniform and go overseas and protect those who couldn't protect themselves, that will always be with me. And though I can't do the job anymore physically because I'm older now and I have so many injuries, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity I had that the Navy gave me. I grew up as a man in the Navy when you really think about it, because I joined when I was, turning 20 years old. And so the majority of my adult life has been the Navy and the military. So the Navy pretty much raised me.
Despite his successes, Remi said he hasn't forgotten where he came from and the struggles he faced, and does what he can to give back and try to help other at-risk kids from poor communities like the Bronx.
Yeah, I try to at least, at a minimum, once a month, do some type of outreach to inner city youth. Even if it's just once a month, even if it's just spending an hour with a kid who doesn't have a dad, it's our duty to do something, because we're still serving. Even though I don't wear the uniform, I still see it my duty to serve. And I specifically choose inner city youth because that's where I came from, and I understand the struggles that kids in the inner city go through, being in single parent homes, not having a lot financially, maybe not knowing where their next meal is going to come. I could connect and relate to them because I come from that same environment. And so that's why I choose to serve, and I'm probably doing that for the rest of my life, with everything that I have.
Throughout what he calls an unexpected life, Remi said the most important lesson he learned was the value of hard work.
If you do the work, you will be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. That's one thing that the Navy taught me. Because again, I showed up to the Navy unable to swim, skinny and academically disqualified to be a SEAL. I did the hard work, The Navy showed, rewarded me for doing the hard work. I was able to go to SEAL training and become a SEAL. So that's one thing. Hard work pays off. Sometimes it may seem like it won't, but it does.